Is there anything I'm missing? Anything you wanted to bring up? Anything you
we,
want to flip
we're
on me?
talking about fitness and stuff like you run. Funny for me, my only level of fitness and something I thoroughly enjoy doing is weight training. Like I would go to the gym all the time. That was the only, like, I hate running. I hate it. Like it is like I used to play football, right? And I hated running, but it was a necessary evil to play football. You couldn't play football unless you're in great condition. So I did
Yeah.
it then. When I stopped playing football, I told myself no more squats and no more running. Like, I hated doing squats too, but that's besides the point. I still do squats from time to time.
Yeah.
COVID hits, no more gyms. I don't know what to do, so I'm like trying to adapt, like putting on my behavior analyst cap. I'm like, whatever. I started running, Ryan. Like I started running, bro. I cannot
The
run.
variability.
Yeah, man.
I
I'm
cannot
like,
run.
I can do it, but not well. Like the duration of which I can maintain that behavior is much shorter than probably the average person who has any sort of semblance of what we would call fitness.
Yeah.
Like for me, I remember the first day. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run and I'm gonna measure my distance and I'm gonna time it, but I'm not gonna look and I'm just gonna push myself and push myself. And mentally, I overcame so many hurdles that day. And I'm running and I'm going next landmark. Get there.
Yeah.
You could do it. Push. It's just feeling. It doesn't hurt that bad. Your feet hurt more than your lungs. Keep going. And I finally get there. And then I did all these laps and I finally get back to my house and I accomplished 10 miles. I know I did.
Yeah.
10 miles. I was running for like 30 minutes or more, probably more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I crushed it. 10 miles. I look at my thing, 1.03 miles. It was soul crushing, Ryan. I'm not a runner, but I overcame so much adversity that day.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I ran so much, but it wasn't. It was not what I thought. So the objective data didn't support what I subjectively experienced in that moment. And it was a little disheartening, but also it got me into kind of like a kick. Like, okay, this is something measurable. Let me improve on this. So I did it a few more times and kind of just kept the same route. And it was still difficult.
I know this is super delayed. I don't know if it's useful, but a lot of people that I've followed that or talked to that run, they say you start with your time and then you focus on your pace and your distance. So in a way, like even if you're running 1.23 miles, if you made it that 30 or 40 minutes, you crushed it, man. Right?
I thought it was 30 minutes, dude. It was 12. It was 12 minutes. I wasn't running for 30 minutes. But in my time, like I need to talk to Einstein about this because I think he was right about time is some. It's relative. To me, time was moving like I guess much slower. Even though I guess if you travel at a faster speed, time's supposed to move slower for you. I think. So Einstein, I must have been going really fast, and my watch was left at home because the clock still said 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you still running?
Kind of. Like I'm running more than I was before COVID. I still go outside and I'll be like, today I'm just going to go for a walk, enjoy the weather. I need to get out of the house. And then I'll catch myself, you know what, I'm going to run this, whatever. And I probably end up running like half a mile or whatever. I would say I'm in better shape than I was pre-COVID in terms of endurance. And like also like I feel like COVID's put me in this different perspective on health. Before it was always just like,
feel
get a
good,
6-pack.
look good
With the shirt off, you know, like I'm going to the beach this weekend, you know, I gotta look shredded and ripped, bro. But now it's like, damn, if I get COVID and my lungs suck, I might die, you know? So it's like, I need to run. I need to improve my heart health, my lung health, all these other things. And it kind of gave some more, just better perspective and put more importance on those aspects of health. So I started doing that, and then other forms of fitness.
I was gonna say, did you find a replacement for the weightlifting?
So yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
So other things too, like so now I'm focused on my health and all these other forms, whatever. I still will run from time to time, but not as much as I was at the start. I bought a VR headset
Nice.
because I was doing research. There's some good, and I'm like, that's great. It's almost like a behavior trap. You're putting yourself in these environments. I found the games with like the best calorie burning. There's like this boxing game, and I tried it once. Dude, it's boxing.
What's it called? What's that game called? I know what you're talking about. Damn. But yeah,
there were like 2 of them, but I got the one with the highest level of whatever.
Dude, that's a lot. I'll come out of that thing sweating when I play that game.
Dude, I had to buy a silicone thing because my head, it was like a sponge after. And I'm like, yo, Boxers, I put a new perspective on that. I watched them go, what is it, 15 rounds or something? I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How? I couldn't make it one round. And the whole time, I'm like, my arms are dropping. Like, I can't even hold it up. Mad respect for boxers. Like, that is some.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, the human body is, like, how. And then I'm, like, thinking, like, how do you condition your body to be in this shape? Like, these people are not human.
I'm pretty sure boxing conditions, like, one of the pinnacles of, like, unbelievably hard. And
you think about it, they train all this time for one fight for 15 rounds, whatever, and like they're tired by the end of it after all that training. I'm like, so there's still like there's limitations on what the human can like actually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did the boxing game, and then there's this Beat Saber game. That's a lot of fun.
I get down on Beat Saber. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. It wasn't that big of a workout, but then there was another similar one called Supernatural. It's like Beat Saber combined with it's just like more actual like mainstream music, and they had like a trainer talking to you like, come on, keep going, you can do this. It was actually really good, and there was a lot more squats and movements, and
so you're sneaking those squats back in there.
Yeah, dude, I gotta get the squats. I don't it's funny because I always have like I call them thunder thighs. I have really big legs, so like I didn't need to do that many squats, but I need to do some to maintain the volume of the mass. I don't know. It's getting weird.
So there was that. You got some VR.
Yeah, and then like I got the VR. I don't know, kind of satiated on that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need to lift weights again because I'm starting to look puny. So, because mind you, the gym's opened up a few months ago, but I refuse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's like one of the worst places you can go.
Same in Reno, man. It's like scary.
Yeah, there was a time period where they weren't even requiring masks. I think they are now. I'm not even sure. I'm not willing to risk it.
Crazy, man.
Dude, Florida, like, honestly, though, like, for the most part, you go to the grocery store and out, people are pretty good. But it's like those gym bros, dude. And, like, the people going to clubs still, like, I've still seen them posting. Like, I don't know. So, yeah.
So, what are you doing with the weightlifting then? So, you're not going.
So, I bought this. Yeah. So, you know that Chuck Norris Total Body Gym thing?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm, like, looking that up. I'm like, damn, this is expensive. Yeah. So, I'm always like, I look for go on Amazon. There's a complete knockoff, but it's way better. Like they looked at Total Body Gym and they're like, what are the best features of whatever, and let's make it. So it's like a bigger pad or seat that slides up and down. And it came with all these attachments, and it was like half the price. So I got that, and I'm really loving it because you can fold it up, put it away. And if anyone's listening and you're into fitness and like resistance training, like the pull on the cables really simulates like a pulley system you would find at like a gym when you're pulling the cables. Much better than if you were to do like bands, for instance. When you're using a band, the time under tension, it's variable as So like at the very beginning, there's more slack in it, so it doesn't have as much pull. It's only when you get to the top. It's consistent tension throughout. So
much closer.
Yeah. Cool. So maybe I should get like a referral code.
Yeah, we know. Create an Amazon affiliate. We'll link it down below. We'll
there you go. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm still like fairing it up. I'm probably going to go outside today because I see sunshine. So.
Nice. Yeah. I was going to say, running in Florida heat, I've done that. I don't blame you for that sauna. Sliding off. Yeah, dude, that's running in a sauna. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why saunas even exist in Florida.
They're not needed. Yeah, you just go
sit outside.
You go out between the hours of 9 and 9 p.m. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and you'll be good to go.
It's a sauna. Yeah. Like that's what it is. And then you're running in a sauna.
Yeah.
And then the other fitness, I started watching this show called Kingdom on Netflix. Recommend, one of the best shows ever. It's like about MMA culture. And it's really deep. It's beyond just like the fighting aspect, but it like got me super hyped. Like it reminded me of like that football mentality, like where you're like getting hyped to like fight. And I've just been doing more shadow boxing and stuff, back to the boxing thing, because that kicks your ass, man.
Yeah.
So there's that too. And then also just like the adrenaline you get from doing that kind of workout, I feel like is more motivating. So
yeah, dude, the biggest thing for me in my workout routine was so every spring I start to pick up my running. So like I was already used to doing those sort of things and going through like it sucks for a few weeks and it gets easier. And then not lifting the weights though, like that's one of those things that I realized is a stress reliever in some ways, where it like more so it's an antecedent manipulation to like set my day correctly. Like if I get up, lift some weights, I'm just like much more chill, much more focused, like ready to go.
Yeah.
And so that was one of those things where it was like again, that like 4 to 5 weeks in, I was just like, dude, I'm eating like shit. I'm not doing the things to like relieve the stress. And I was like, I've got to work on fixing this. So we hit up my partner's parents had some old weights in there, and I can at most get up to 40-pound dumbbells on both sides. And I was like, I guess this is what I'm working with because everything's sold out. Like, we're going to figure out
do like 900 reps.
Yeah, I'm going to figure out everything I can do with this. I also have a TRX, and those things have actually been super useful as well.
Cool.
So I actually used to travel with one of those. I didn't hit it nearly as much as I should have, but I would occasionally. And it was nice because you can just throw it in a door and you can like get going. So I've been forced to be creative there, but like rebuild. And in a way, I've realized like I'm saving the 15 minutes both way to the gym. Like I can actually be more efficient. Like I think I'm getting myself caught in this like I get the home gym bros now, you know? Like it makes more sense to me why people set up their garage. So I've kind of got plans for like build that out at some point a little bit more. Yeah, man. And then I'm also super lucky on this time of year out west. There's a ton of trails. So like been doing some hiking, backpacking, and I enjoy actually most the stuff that's longer and out there where you're not passing people. Like it's pretty desolate, man. It's pretty easy to maintain a distance with people when you're only passing 8 or 10 people a day on a trail, you know?
Yeah. No, but even like from not obviously expert on this, but what I was reading that just even passing someone, if you're running, the chances of transmission is like very small.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the viral load and stuff. So
yeah, there's some interesting things going on there where people are like swinging like. At first it was like, oh, I'll sidestep you on the trail, like in early March. And now it's like, I'm gonna swing 50 feet that way. Like there's some crazy behavioral stuff going on, man, where like, it's nuts, man. And some people have their masks, some don't. I'll keep mine down on my chin and like throw it up is what I try to do. Cause you're talking about like over 10 miles, 4 hours, like running into contact of like 1 minute combined of these sort of situations, right? But it's just I guess it's been interesting on the trail watching people's behavior like shift and change. And for me it's like is this gonna go back to like we pass each other?
I was about to ask that. Like okay, so like after COVID's over, do a lot of these like distancing behaviors like continue on?
I think
like,
they're gonna stick around for a while, man. Like we adapt so quickly to things. I don't know where I'm pulling this from whatsoever. Like, I don't know if I can link any science or resources to this. I feel like we adapt super quickly to it, but then we get stuck in that. So I think it's going to be harder for us to like go back to some of these sort of things. So that's where that and like, I don't know, we're almost playing this herd immunity game, whether it's the contracting it or some sort of antibodies and like, so whether it's that or a vaccine, like I feel like it's going to be, I don't know, at least 12 months, maybe 2 or 3 years until like a lot of people are kind of starting to feel like a little bit more comfortable. So like behavior reinforced for 2, 3, 4 years, I think that's going to stick around. That's my assumption.
Yeah. Unless you're in Florida, because people are still kissing each other's cheeks and stuff. Like it's I don't know.
Like, dude, the closest thing was like people would brush shoulders on a trail accidentally and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Now it's like you got 50 foot across each other. It's not happening. So I don't know. We'll see, man. Nuts.
Yeah, it's the world.